Hello traders, this is a DAX recap video for February the 12th, for Tuesday. This is the updated chart that was posted before the open along with the morning notes. In the morning notes, the most important thing is noting that the DAX is open, would be now today and was away from yesterday and for Friday range, because DAX already made a breakout above this zone in the pre-market, and that the market is going to wait for Fed Chair Powell to speak. Now it's 6 p.m. and he's going to speak in about 45 minutes. And also that the bulls don't have to make a massive move to the upside, they just have to hold the price here above this, and that is their only task for today, to keep the continuation move that could come later, more to the upside. So that was it in the morning notes, and let's say what was here today. Majority of the up move was made in the pre-market, and later market just dropped around in the 45-point range. So there wasn't really much for us to do. And important things, as said in the morning notes, note that DAX is opening away from yesterday and Friday range. This is a big gap. Previous cash closes here, market opened here near pre-market high. So basically 120 plus point gap. If we are going to look at that gap on the cash chart, it would look like this tomorrow, because this is the end of the day chart, and you cannot see a today candle now. You're going to see that candle tomorrow, and this is kind of how approximately it is going to look. Huge gap. Whenever you have huge gap, you will go with it. As one of the masters of this game today said, rules were clear. Play this morning, go with all gaps. This is a tweet about, of course, S&P and mini futures, but the rule of the thumb is universal for every index. When you have this huge gap to the upside or to the downside, and market doesn't make a move early to fill that, to try to fill that. What does that mean? Early. That means, let's say, in the first hour of the regular trading session. So from 9 to 10, market didn't make an effort, a move to try to fill this huge gap at all. That usually means that it's not going to be filled, and that you should go with it. Meaning, if it is to the upside, that you should seek to go long on a pullback. That is the idea. But we get only the pullback to the top of these zones, and that was our only opportunity to catch something, a mere 40 points or nothing much. And if you didn't take any trades today, it's okay, because in regular trading hours there was really nothing to trade. You could say, okay, we could try this here. And that is true. You could try this for two reasons. It is a zone and it is a channel. But this is a minor zone, and you couldn't know if this is the exhaustion move because of this price action here. When the market is doing this, that could mean that this is not the end of the move, because end of the exhaustion move usually looks like this, not like this. And this is, chopping, then strong move, then there could be a pullback. If the move is going to be continued, there could be a reaction and then another move. But all of this was in pre-market, and from this line to the right is regular trading hours, or all inside this small range. So there was really nothing here to do. And if we are going to see the higher time frames, obviously DAX now looks at this like a false breakdown. S&P much stronger, already made a higher high above this, and on the daily chart, S&P glued below 200 daily moving average, waiting for Powell here. Also note that on American markets, besides S&P, we also, of course, have Nasdaq, that is the same, almost the same thing, closed, not touching it, but close to the 200, and that Russell, which is now risk-on proxy, because it is moving higher and on a much more speed than others, are still, in the catch-up mode. They are catching up for the S&P, which is the strongest index. So that is it about Russell and American markets and going with the gap. So whenever you have such a huge gap to the upside, you will go and the market isn't going to fill it soon. You are going with it, and the same goes when you have a huge gap to the downside and market doesn't have an intention at all to at least try to fill it. That is the signal of weakness, and this here was the signal of strength. And bulls really don't have to do anything here. Just to hold above this level could be enough. Note that this gap is a good size gap, and it could be filled in the next days, and moving to here to this zone is going to be a long opportunity for us, and keep in mind this is going to be an unfilled gap from tomorrow, and that the market could make to prolong this move just a bit to fill it and then to go higher. It would also depend on what the Powell going to say today, because U.S. market were going up, basically front running Powell's speech, because they are accustomed to receive something that is dovish and for Fed to push the market higher. They are used on that, and that is exactly what they get from him in his last two speeches. So that is it for today, for this edition of DAX recap videos, and tomorrow we will have another set of chart and morning notes. I wish you good trading and good night.